You guys, there's been a death in the family. My car is no more. That's right, I finally have to give up Audrey. She has been with me for 11 years. I love her so much. I'm actually genuinely so sad to get rid of her. But that means we have to go new car shopping. I don't know exactly what I want, so we're gonna start hitting dealerships. So I think we're gonna go to a few of those today. But like I said, I had my last car for 11 years. She was a little Buick Encore and I love her so much. And she still runs, but she has engine issues, or it's not even like engine issues, just like general issues. And they quoted us $5,000 to fix her. And when we were driving to El Paso for Christmas, Caesar also accidentally hit like a loose piece of tire when we were driving down and it damaged the undercarriage. So that $5,000 doesn't even include the cost to fix the undercarriage. So we just decided that we don't want to spend that much money on an 11-year-old car, and pretty much everyone in my family said the same thing. So it is time for a new one. Definitely bittersweet, but I'm excited. So like I said, I think today we're gonna go hit a couple dealerships. I've been looking at Carvana and also at new cars, so I'm just kind of comparing pricing. So I think we're gonna go to another used car dealership and test drive cars that I like on Carvana, because with Carvana, you can't test drive anything, like it's all online, and I don't wanna buy a car without getting in it and seeing what it feels like. So I think we're gonna go to a used car dealership and test out cars that I like and then just get it from Carvana, or we'll just kind of like play that by ear. And then we're also gonna go to Volkswagen because I know there is a Volkswagen that I really like, the Taos. So we're just gonna start off there. I have been doing literally so much research on cars because the last time I had to do this, I was 16. My parents basically picked it for me. I did not do any of the actual shopping myself. They were like, here you go, here's your car. And I was super grateful for it, and it lasted me this long, but now I have no clue what to do. Thankfully, Caesar bought a new car, I think about 5 years ago now, like 4.5, 5 years ago, which is so crazy. I feel like that was just yesterday. But at least he has a little bit more experience than I do with going to dealerships and checking things out. So we'll see how it goes. I'm finishing up, getting ready now, and then we're gonna head out to our first dealership. You guys, we got her. We got her. We ended up going with the BMW X3 in white, and I am obsessed. So it's a 2024, so it is 2 years old. It's not brand new, but she's in great condition. I have named her Betty, of course, after Taylor Swift. And I just feel like Betty the Beamer sounds so cute. But like I said, she's a 2024. She's in great condition. So much trunk space. It is a little bit bigger than my Buick, so I do kind of have to get used to driving a little bit more. And also, like, whatever car you're gonna get, if you're driving a new car, you're gonna have to get used to it. Like, there's just certain things that I'm not used to. Like, for example, I kind of have to look a little bit more if I want to adjust the air, and also the shift gear or the Prindle. If you grew up watching Zach and Cody on Disney Channel, I still call it the Prindle, but the Prindle is definitely different than my Buick was, so I have to like pay more attention. I can't just do it second nature like I can in my old car. But I've been driving her around. I love her so much. It's so smooth, so beautiful, and I could not be happier with my decision. I'm gonna miss my Buick so much. We still have her. We still have the Buick. We haven't sold her yet, but I know we eventually will, and I'm gonna be so sad. But anyways, I'm gonna give you guys a little car tour. Here she is. So gorgeous. I'm obsessed with her. I'm obsessed with the white. We got to choose between white or black, and I chose the white, and I love it. I think it's so gorgeous. All right, here is the inside. You wanna say hi?
Hi.
All right, what features should we talk about?
I think that's most important two are going to be CarPlay.
We do have CarPlay. I didn't have that in my old car.
And the heated
steering wheel. Obviously did not have that in my old car. We should put it on right now because it's very cold outside right now. It is push to start, which I'm not used to. I did not have that in my old car. It's also hard to see in the light, but there's lights right here. You can kind of tell that they're a little purple, like right here. And I can change those. I didn't have pink, so I decided on purple. It has this big ol' moonroof and a good size back seat too. No one really ever goes in my back seat, but whenever we go on road trips and stuff or have the dogs back there, that's gonna be really nice too. Here is a better look at the back seat. Very spacious. And the back seat does have their own little like USB-C ports back here, and then their little air thing as well. And one thing that I loved about the X3 versus the X1 is the trunk space. I definitely wanted a little bit bigger of a car with bigger trunk space. And look how spacious this is. I absolutely love it and am so excited to road trip and have all this trunk space. Okay, so I was just sitting down editing this video, and I realized that I never really sat down and talked about why I chose my car over the other cars, like what I was looking for, why I liked my car over the others, what I disliked. So I thought I would sit down and talk about that a little bit more, just for anyone who's also car shopping right now or just kind of curious my thoughts and the process of everything. I want to start off by saying, before I even looked at any cars, test drove anything, I did truly so much research online, reached out to so many people who have recently bought cars, looked into pretty much every single make and model of smaller SUVs possible, made a giant spreadsheet of what I liked about each one, what I didn't like, if they had all the things that I was looking for, because I sat down before I made my search and wrote down every single thing that I wanted in a car. I also was looking at different years, new versus used, pretty much every single thing possible before I came down to my decision to actually go in person and look at the BMW, which I ended up getting, and a Volkswagen. And genuinely, it was a really, really hard choice for me. And I truly kept flip-flopping back and forth so much between the two. So even though I did look at pretty much every single small SUV possible online, I'm just gonna talk about the ones that I went to go see in person. I think we test drove 4 different cars. It was 3 BMWs and 1 Volkswagen. So the first one that we went to that you guys saw was a 2022 BMW, but I absolutely loved it. It was really great. It had the really pretty red interior, which I was kind of indifferent about, honestly. Like, obviously I've never had a red interior in a car, but it was just one of those things where I was like, okay, I like it. Like, I didn't dislike it. It was a 2022, which is 2 years older than the one I ended up getting. The one I got was a 2024. It was the same color. I absolutely loved it. And we really just wanted to test drive any BMW to see how it ran, because we were originally looking at one through Carvana, and that's kind of how the idea to get a BMW even popped into my head. Like, realistically, I didn't even think that it was in my price range until I saw one on Carvana, and I was like, oh, this is actually in my price range and has a really good price. It had good mileage. So that's how I started researching and finding out that there are good BMWs out there that were in my price range that, as long as I don't get a brand spanking new one, I actually could afford. So like I said, I love that BMW, but I truly was not gonna make any decision until I test drove both cars, the BMW and the Volkswagen. So that's when we went to the Volkswagen dealership, and I really, really liked the Taos. So we test drove the Taos. It was very smooth. I had been reading a lot of reviews, going back to my tons of research for my cars. I'd been reading a lot of reviews for, I think it was like 2022, I know, and I think it was like 2023 maybe, where the Volkswagens were kind of like jerky when you start. And I've also heard that from someone I know who drives a Volkswagen, how she said like her car is like a little jerky when you first press on the gas or like when you first accelerate. So that's what I was really looking for, is how it drove, and it was very, very smooth. I think Caesar also did some research and said that those were like, that issue was only in older models, and it's not even like it was an issue, it's just kind of like personal preference of how smooth your car is. And I did not experience that at all during our test drive. Like, we took it on the freeway, took it around the block, and it was not jerky whatsoever. Super, super smooth. It did have all the features that I wanted. So I did want a larger trunk than my old car had. I wanted CarPlay because I didn't have CarPlay before. I needed a backup camera with some type of parking assistance because I'm not a very good parker. I can't remember what else, but those were definitely the main things that I was looking for. Oh, and just general safety features. The Volkswagen had everything that I was looking for. The one thing I will say that I didn't like about the Volkswagen was just the appearance of the inside of the car. It just wasn't my favorite. Like, it had a two-toned seat, which I didn't love. Nothing super important. Like, I really loved the car. So after we test drove the Volkswagen, we were gonna go home, but then Caesar's dad had sent us 2 more BMWs that were actually at the same dealership. So we wanted to go check those out. They were the exact same. Like, they were literally the exact same car, same year, pretty much same mileage. The only difference was one was black and one was white. So we test drove the white one first. And spoiler alert, that's the one I ended up getting. I absolutely loved it. We ended up looking at both the white and the black, but like I said, they were literally the exact same. I think the mileage was pretty neck and neck. They're both 2024s, both X3s, like literally the exact same other than the color, but we did like the white one more. In hindsight, we probably just could have gotten the car right then and there, but we definitely wanted to sit down and chit chat about it and not just make that decision, kind of talk about it, compare it a little bit more to the Volkswagen. And because ultimately we were just really, really hesitant about getting a used car. Like, we know so many people who've gotten used cars and loved theirs. We've just never done it ourselves. Caesar got his car, I think in 2021, but this was the first time since high school that I had ever looked at cars, so I didn't really know what I was doing. And obviously had never owned a used car before. My old car was new when I got it. And so we were just kind of hesitant about getting a used car. That was another reason why we really, really loved the Volkswagen, because it was new. It was a 2025, so it wasn't a brand new 2026, but it was still a new car. Like, I think it only had like 9 miles on it. It just wasn't like the newest edition, if that makes sense. And we were just like really hesitant about getting a used car, but we were able to see the Carfax. Like, we talked so much to the guy that was selling it, and we had so many questions, like truly did our research. And I think the ultimate reason why we chose the BMW, other than the fact that it's a BMW, but it just did drive a little bit smoother, and it had so many extra features that the Volkswagen didn't have, with it just being a luxury car. And they were just about the same price. Like, I think even the Volkswagen was a little bit more expensive. And I will say the price that we were getting at the dealership for the Volkswagen was, I think, like $5,000 to $7,000 less than the market price. Like, the Volkswagen dealership, they might still be doing it, but at the time were running a discount on the Volkswagens. And so we were just kind of like comparing their price and realized that we would just be getting more for what we're paying for with the BMW. We just overall liked it a little bit better. Just because, like I said, it did have those extra features. Obviously, it's a luxury vehicle. And we were able to purchase a warranty for it. Because that was another thing that we were hesitant on, is it didn't come with a warranty versus the Volkswagen that would have had like that dealership warranty right off the bat because it was a new car. But we were able to purchase an extended warranty for the car. So it does have that extra protection, obviously, other than our insurance. And other than just the appearance of the interior, like, I do not have a single bad thing to say about the Volkswagen. Even the dealership, everyone was so nice. The guy we worked with was super friendly. We were able to talk to the manager. They made it such a hard decision for us. Like, it was such a beautiful car. Like, we absolutely love the BMW and we're pretty much ready to buy it on the spot. But because we love the Volkswagen too. Like, we did have to go back home that night and really talk about it, really think of the pros and cons before going back the next day and fully deciding on the BMW. But that's just my experience. I wanted to share that with you guys a little bit more. I really appreciate you guys bearing with me. This last week was kind of crazy, very stressful, very emotional, from finding out I had to get a new car because I love my Buick so much, to finding the car I have now and getting her and getting used to her and finally just getting to drive her home. Has truly been a crazy experience that I really hope I don't have to do for a very long time again. But I'm happy that you guys were here to join me for it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.